So that actually happened somewhere about, I'd say 2002. So at that point, I honestly didn't care, literally, about anything. I was done.
Why though? Why?
It's just like lost family, lost everything, lost job position, and literally had become homeless. And it's like I saw no way up. It's like so quite literally. I mean, you might
Like
say
lost family, they died, or lost family, they weren't in your life no more.
were in my life. It's like some. It's like quite literally. You say I threw in the towel. It's like I picked up a handful of beer and a container of was it Tylenol? I think it was.
Oh, Tylenol and beer. Probably not a good combination.
No, it is,
Oh.
believe me, it isn't. I won't touch them again. Quite literally, I don't even take them as a painkiller anymore.
So this was when you were in the States at this point,
Yeah.
or you were okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty much, I took in the tar bottom. Had about 3 beers, basically. Say, end up wishing the family well, and it's like had the final, what I thought would possibly be the final meal when it was about 2 slices of pizza, and it's like finished a couple of beers, 2, 3, into a hotel or no motel because I had nowhere else to stay, and it was about the last change I had in my pocket. So paid for the room, so went in, watched it on TV, and basically went to sleep.
Jesus.
So yeah. Last thing I remember saying is like, yeah, if I wake, it's like I'm in your hands. It's like if it's God, it's like, yeah.
Oh, you were telling God if
If he's
I'm in your
real,
hand-
it's
if
like
he's
yeah,
real,
it's like
you can
yeah,
have me.
in your hands. It's like yeah, I'm done here. And it's like quite literally, it says I'm done here.
Oh my God.
And I woke up in the morning about 10 o'clock or something, turned the key, and didn't feel great. It's like a little bit later, it's like realised I couldn't walk too far. Started being sick. I mean, now this is near enough for 14 hours later. It's like, so anything I'd eaten was gone. Anything I consumed at all. So I had an empty stomach and I was still being sick. And it was just yellow. So it was pure bile when I was throwing up. It's like there was nothing there. And I couldn't stop.
It was
But
probably a miracle because you got to get it out of your system.
it's already in your system. There was
It's
nothing
already
there
in.
to
You
get
couldn't
out.
get nothing out.
No, there was nothing there.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
Wow.
And then I said,
That's the worst kind of throwing up when there's nothing there. That's why you said bile, right? Yeah,
yeah.
it's the worst.
And one of the McDonald's employees at that point said, and said, don't look so good. And said, do you need help? And I said, no, I'm fine. And said, he came back 20 minutes later and says, do you want to get an ambulance? And said, and I thought, and said, maybe it'd be wouldn't be a bad idea. It's like, but I still didn't really care. It wasn't really processing anything. It's just didn't care. Then ambulance picked me up, took me to the hospital, and said, sat me down and sort of checked and said, and that must have looked a ghastly shade of yellow. Eyes and everything, my entire skin tone. And said, yeah, that doesn't look good. And so, but I still didn't really care. And they checked and said, started phoning and said, do some blood, and said, they asked and said, what are you on or what have you taken? And said, and they had to ask me, I think, 4 or 5 times. I'm not sure, 3, 4, 5, don't know. And I finally told them, and said, tell them, and said, you eating? And said, not really. And then they realised they had a problem. So the next thing, it's like, got a tube down my nose, or was it? Yeah, I think so. And then poured down the sort of activated charcoal solution. It's like as soon as that hit the stomach, it's like bloop, projectile vomit, and literally, poof, it's like launched. It's like nasty. They tried again, same reaction.
So
And
they
I thought,
gave you charcoal because of all the Tylenol you took. So
yep, they
charcoal.
tried to neutralize it.
Whoa.
It's a neutralizing or poison neutralizer.
Jesus.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's an anti-poison, activated charcoal.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a
Wow.
So
first
when
line poison
so
antidote.
so when you went out, did you see a light at all or anything? And
No,
no light. You
and it's
just
like, and then it's like, funny thing is, after a bit, it's like they checked my reading. I had the EKG setting. It's like they were reading it and checking it. It's like,
Okay.
still wondered.
You did an EKG.
No, they had it running constantly.
Oh, they had it running constantly.
Yeah,
And what was
since
it
they
showing? The EKG was showing what?
wasn't showing much there. It's like just showing full normal, but aggravated type of thing. So they weren't sure what was happening. Not quite. And then they used some
incredible.
acetylcysteine, something, yeah, something like that. So, which actually neutralized it for what my body was producing from Tylenol.
Oh, what was your
Um,
body producing?
Homocysteine or acetylcysteine. One's the toxin, one's the cure, or one's the neutralizer.
Oh, wow.
And I
It was
taken
producing
balance.
both?
No,
No.
they had to give me the other one by
Oh, okay.
mouth. And it's like, yeah. And after that, it's like, okay. And it says, and at that point, literally heard one of them saying, "It's out of our hands. We've done all we could."
Wow. Wow.
So
It was that serious.
yeah, I was critical, literally critical.
Wow. So,
If I hadn't been picked up, I would literally have been dead within about 48 hours.
wow. Grace of God. Wow. To send somebody, even at a McDonald's, to say, do you need help?
It's crazy how the enemy tried to take you out because of you have a purpose in God. It's such a liar.
So how long did it take from that point? What happened after that?
4 days.
4 days to
4
get
days
you.
before even. And I even realised, it's like, yeah, they did end up pushing a couple of times. They pushed the Randstall twice, and it's like, and I had adverse reactions. And I didn't realise it's like, because they said my jaw and hurting, it's like, until I thought there's something wrong here, because I'm trying to grind teeth, and it's like, I grabbed a couple of cocktail straws, and
Oh, your
started,
teeth and everything was
oh
hurting.
yeah, and painfully so, and there was nothing I could do, and so I started basically chewing on cocktail straws, and not chewing to eat, but chewing to
Because of the pain.
give my teeth something to do to stop the
Oh,
irritation. And it's
wow.
like, and it worked, and it's like half an hour later, it's like, yeah, dumped straws, and it's like,
So did you know at that point that there was a higher power, that God had kept you alive, that even though you were supposed to die from the overdose, did you make the connection when you
not at
came
that
out?
point,
No,
no,
not at that point.
no, I still hadn't made that.
Interesting.
Hmm.
So how long after that did you go to a church service or somebody reach out to you?
Between 3 and 6 months.
3 and 6 months from that
Wow.
point.
But how does that
Wow.
work when you have no money, you're in the hospital, you're almost dying, you're in a lot of pain, and you have no family, no money, and nowhere to go? Where did you go when you left the hospital?
Basically on the street.
Oh, so you
Again, with
leave.
equally, no support.
Whoa.
Oh,
And how old were you?
Um, must have been 38,
Wow.
somewhere in there.
Wow.
Wow.
Jesus.
so you went and they just leave you right out into the street?
So Scotland
Pretty much,
native,
yeah.
Scotland native on the streets of, at this point, Indiana, United
Central
States.
America.
So they didn't have any
Whoa.
programs to call anything for
No.
you?
No.
Cool. See, that's the problem. We run
I
into
found,
these.
found something connected to the National Homeless Shelter or day shelter type thing. It wasn't even,
See, that's where
What
that's
kind of shelter?
call it a day shelter. It's
Oh, a day
basically
shelter.
for
right.
homeless people without a permanent place.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, totally. We're familiar with that, but like hearing your story so far, is what we run into in America all the time. There's people on the streets, and that was you. But look, if we have the church, we the church should have something in place with the
So
power and
imagine
love
if
of
the
God.
churches were doing their thing and they had cards, the people that knew you did that said, give you options. Look, we have somebody that could pick you up. They're from this church, a place
Yep.
that take you home for a while to
my
help you get on
God.
your feet. Would you want to go? You'd probably say yes. Would you have?
Probably most of the time.
Most people that have nothing, nobody,
Would
no
I have
money.
it at that point? Possibly not, because it wasn't until I met another person that connected him with his minister, and then I made a little bit more connection because somehow something just clicked at that point.
Yeah.
Just
But I
clicked.
mean,
And
when
then
people,
it was probably a month or 2 months later, I was actually baptized because I couldn't get enough being in the church.
Oh,
I mean, I
wow.
literally couldn't get enough.
But I mean,
And then
Yeah.
a month after that,
I know what that's like.
I was actually baptized in fire, and it's like I know what baptism is in fire. It's like,
Glory.
and no one will believe me. It's like, yeah,
so
I believe
so
it.
what I'm saying is, I'm just thinking of if every state, city, wherever, every city had someone, even if the person wasn't going to come off as a religious person, but a place for somebody that was so sick and down and out, have nowhere to go, a place, even a men's home, somewhere where a person could go rest, have some kind of maybe hope after they leave a hospital? Or do you think that that was kind of a weird way, the best thing that could happen, that you left with nothing again,
true.
because when it was time, when you met that person, you
Yeah.
were already in that lowest level that you could be?
You were
Yeah.
crying out to God.
no, yeah, it was without realizing it.
Right.
And
Without realizing it.
it took a while. Like I said, it
Wow.
was a few months later, and it's like then it started climbing up. It's like, yeah, it says no, not
Oh.
again.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know
I've
what?
come down a few times, but it's like no,
Now, when you went to the
Yeah.
I've gone
church,
that far.
Yeah, I know.
when you went to the church and
Wow,
you
that
said
is
you couldn't get
amazing.
enough, what did you feel that happened? Did you get a place to eat, a place to live, some food?
No.
Somebody become a friend? What happened in the
Just-
church?
Chance to worship, chance to learn, chance to talk with people.
But you were still homeless.
Yeah, without judgment, without
Nobody judged you.
yeah.
Good. Were they
That's
meeting
good.
with you regularly for Bible study? Stuff like that? Were they?
There wasn't much in the way of Bible study at that point because I think they were now in between phase. So,
Wow. Well, the reason why I
But-
meant, yeah.
So it wasn't about a home. It wasn't about a car or money. It was just
It's
you were
about
ready
Jesus.
just to surrender. It was a life surrender.
pretty much, yeah.
That's awesome.
It's almost identical to what I went through. That's why I'm in awe right now. Like even the language you're using is the language I use when I share my testimony. It's almost identical.
Wow. So then what happened after that? So you were baptized, but you said you didn't
So-
receive the fire, right? For a month
Yeah,
later?
so-
Yeah, not about a month or so later.
So how did, like, where were you? Can you describe what happened?
Amazing.
Like-
Um,
Were you at church? Were you at home? Were you walking
actually,
around?
both issues was in the church. And it's like, first time, it was another service because I was in a service twice on Monday, once on Wednesday. And each of those services were between 2 and 4 hours every time. So I was
So
spending
real
not
Holy Spirit.
insignificant, amount of time. There was something there I knew that I needed.
Did you
With it-
feel the Holy Spirit?
I just felt something. there.
Something
I
you didn't know what it was. But
Yeah,
now
and
you
then-
know. What would you
Oh, yeah,
describe it? It
it's
was
like-
the Holy Spirit.
And like I said, a little bit after, before I was even baptized,
It was the
middle of
truth.
service, I saw Christ literally
Yes, that's it.
coming
That's
from above, down with arms open.
Oh,
in a vision.
wow. How wonderful.
I try telling people that, and they think I'm nuts. It's like, but
No.
No, we believe.
yeah, but
Oh.
I can't deny it. It's like
Wow.
because it was there. It's like
Oh.
I saw it. It's like,
Did he
and I
speak?
realized
He just,
didn't have to
with his
just have
hands
arms out.
in the Spirit, was telling you can come.
And then it was right after that. It says I need to be baptized. And I
Oh,
read the Bible, and I'm literally I'd already gone through the New Testament twice, and it's like went through, and I had the book of Ruth, and that was a life changer.
The book of Ruth.
Yeah.
Tell us why. Can you tell me? Because the reason I'm asking you is because one time when I had an encounter with the Lord, He told me you need to study the book of Ruth. Wow. I was wondering what you got out of the book of Ruth.
The least likely one to be married to the Lord. That's what I
Yeah,
just got.
well, oh, it's a whole. No, there's a whole lot deeper than that.
Yeah, I know.
If you Ruth, I mean, you know roughly the story. It's like in the land of Moab. It's like there's Ruth's mother, Naomi, with her
$2.
actually, with her two daughter-in-laws.
Lost, not even a real daughter. Yeah,
her sons died,
daughters.
and it's like she got stuck with these non-Jewish daughters, and settled with it in her family. And so said, "No, I'm going back." Ruth went with her, and her other daughter says, "No, I'll stay." After her mother's urging, say, "No, I'm going back. I don't know what I'm going back to." And Ruth says, "You're going to be mine. I'm going with you." And it's not until you realise later, Ruth was married into the line of David. Now this is one of Lot's generation, or Lot's grandchildren or great-grandchildren somewhere down the line, and great, I don't know how many generations later. But the Moabites came from the line of Lot, who was pretty well cursed, and God brought him back into the line of David.
Right, the family of God. That's, yeah.
And this is Abraham's brother that was cursed, and they brought one of his line back into the line of David.
Yeah, that's what I was
Not just that, later down the line would become the father of Christ, or the mother of Christ, not the father. So so much there. Realize it's like there's someone that is so much a Gentile,
Right.
and yet she was saw as an avenue to bring salvation to the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you could see yourself in that story.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I saw salvation, and then I end up a redemption and salvation.
Redemption and
And
salvation.
then I went through and I realized it's in every book of the Bible. Without fail, every single book is a story of redemption and salvation.
Wow.
Whether you see it or not, Old
there.
Testament and New, it's all there. And it was an eye-opening point. It's like, you've got to be kidding. It's like, and then I went through it, and I went through it, and I went through it, and it's, I don't get in so deep into it. But I just realised, and it's like, the last study I'm looking at genealogies, who saved, who was wiped out, and basically who lost and who their ancestors were, and see how the lines shape up.
Wow. That's
Incredible.
awesome.
It's incredible. No, it's true. It is a lot deeper. That's what I was getting.
So you've been walking. So
Hallelujah.
the feeling. It was a month after that sight of Christ that you felt the baptism came.
I was
that
actually
was
physically baptized,
Right.
and then it was about a month after that in another service.
Another service
I saw
when you seen
tongue
Christ,
fire, yeah,
and then that. Oh, you seen the tongues of fire.
just the one,
Hallelujah.
Just one.
yeah, and it looked like a funny sort of ice cream cone type of thing. It's like, it just looked odd,
Okay.
but it looked like a sort of graphic type of thing, you know.
Like a
and
graphic in
someone
the
being-
air.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it came down, and then I felt my head just roast. I mean, I can't say anything about it.
So it looked like an ice cream cone.
Kinda without the cone, just
Oh, just the bottom part. Like
the
the.
top,
Just a
like
sh-
Oh, just the
flame,
top.
Like you see,
Oh, just the
flame,
flame
just
on the
flame,
top.
yeah.
Oh, on the top, and you've seen it in the air, which because I've
Come
seen
right
visions
to me.
come right to you. Wow! So you're baptized in the tongues of fire. Praise God. And then you were on fire. For how long could you contain it? Because that's hot.
You better believe it's hot. Actually, it seemed like several minutes, but maybe it was only a few seconds. I don't know.
You remember,
And
but
time just
this
sort of
is so
stopped.
hot.
It's like, and it was literally just my head.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
the rest of my body didn't feel that sort of hot, but my head was. I mean, I dare say if someone cracked an egg, it would probably start frying on my head. But
Baptism of fire.
So did you feel like
can
were
feel
you
the fire
sweating?
right
Like
now.
was it like a sweating hot? Like where you were so hot?
no, I was so hot that I couldn't even sweat.
Oh, okay.
It was well beyond.
It's beyond that. I know
Yeah.
what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, it was literally.
It's a burning.
You might say a furnace fire. It's
Yeah.
like I felt.
It's a
Wow.
furnace fire.
And right after,
I feel it right now.
it's like when you realise, like, because I didn't know how long it would go on.
How did you
what's
react? How did you? Were you talking?
Completely stunned. No,
No,
completely
Nothing.
stunned. And then it was like someone just doused me in ice water.
Oh wow.
I mean, literally, it's like completely frozen, cold. It's like I was wondering if I was soaked and wet because it just felt warm. It's like
Wow.
completely washed over head to toe.
That reminds me of what's his name? Oh gosh, I could see him. The one that does the music. The thin guy. From H Rock. They go there on the concert. He said the same thing.
Yeah, George and Bano.
George and Bana. He said when he got baptized in fire, he was
Holy
looking
Spirit.
anywhere to jump in water. He was so hot that
Yeah.
he couldn't contain it. That he would have jumped in a toilet if he could anywhere.
Yeah.
But and then he got cool. It was similar what he said.
I feel the presence of God right now. It's this
Sometimes I feel
fire,
like
man.
I've had so many baptisms
Holy
of
Spirit.
fire, but they were
Purging.
yeah. I feel like the refiner fire purged out so
Yeah,
many things.
That's why I say it's
Out.
furnace fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, refine, burn out the junk.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah,
God.
and now after that, that's a
Wow.
good thing.
Wow.
Did you notice differences in your character, your nature, how you acted,
the way you
changes,
think.
how you felt?
Speech was the first one that just completely and radically changed.
Whoa.
No more cursing.
The fire.
The way
No,
you,
no more slang. I mean, it's like
My
it
God.
just I couldn't.
Yeah,
I mean, it just felt like
you couldn't.
some alien language. I couldn't end up talking the street
You mean
slang.
tongues?
Tongues.
No,
No.
street slang.
Oh, it's
Oh,
gone.
You know,
you're,
but,
oh,
you know-
you used to do sweet.
Some of it,
Street
but
slang.
I couldn't. It just.
You started
and it was
talking
at
different.
one point.
So we
It's
did
like-
give you a new tongue, but yeah,
I
language.
mean, it's
Whoa.
like my speech completely changed, completely radically.
I feel fire
It's
right
like-
now.
And then the other big sign is like, yeah, I was smiling ear to ear, and it's like you can smack it off me. And it's like,
Oh, and you were just so joyful.
it's like there's nothing that would change that one.
And that must be why I felt, like I said, when I come around you, there it's just like a joy. Like I feel like a release that you probably
Yeah,
released
brother.
that.
And then I started reading just about anything I could get hold of, including the Bible. And then
Yeah, you couldn't stop.
Christians, like,
Yeah, the hunger. But you saw Christ first in a vision with his arms, and then through the Bible. Wow.
Wow,
Praise you, Jesus.
it's awesome.
Oh, Masha. What would you have to say to our viewers if it was like a prayer or a final? There could be a part two. I'm just saying for this segment, what would you directly release to someone that'd be watching this right now? Maybe for the first time they never heard anything like this.
The
Feel
biggest thing I
free.
would say to them, if you don't believe me, if you have any doubt, I'll give you one challenge. And that's telling you, challenge God. Tell him if he's real, show himself. And it might happen that night or it might happen the following night. But I'm guaranteed probably pretty much within a week you'll have something radical.
Come on.
Experience. They'll give you a chance. They'll either change you for the better or condemn you for the worse. It won't be life changing, but
You won't be the
If you're
same.
not ready to cross that bridge, it's like, don't do it. Because if you reject it, you probably won't get the second chance. But if you want to, if you don't believe me, challenge him. God will show up. And I'm telling you that to anyone. God will show up until it's too late.
That's good. So from that point
That's a
on,
good word.
so how would you see your walk now from that point?
Wow.
Because that was a baptism of fire.
Well, can I just comment on
Yeah,
what you
sure.
said? It's true because he always responds to the believing, seeking heart. That heart that does challenge and say, reveal yourself to me. You know, he does. I just wanted to say that he does. He responds to that kind of
All you
heart
need
that's
to do is
hunger,
take one step
desperate.
towards him, and
Yeah.
he'll come the rest of the way and pick you up.
Amen.
Come like a consuming fire, huh?
Amen.
He'll just pick you up.
Yeah. Oh.
Amen.
And so that
So
was
good.
in what year?
2003.
So from 2003, how do you see now your walk with God? What do you feel like? Did you radically just get brought into the kingdom so you didn't have to go through a lot of religious stuff that most people do?
Actually, I was given the desire and almost a need to be in China. It's like that hasn't come to pass yet.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw another vision.
Okay.
What I believe is probably the Himalayas, which means I'm either up there on the sort of Tibetan border or somewhere in that area. And it's like, and there's something, if it's still on God's cards, effectively, I've still got to be there.
Oh, okay. You feel like you'll be over there.
Wow.
But that
Okay.
door might have closed, and if that door's closed, then another one will open.
Right. So how has your walk been with God? Do you feel like the baptism of fire
It's been
created?
shaky at times. You know, I
So
won't deny it. It's like there's been ups and downs.
Okay.
I won't say it's been a picnic
Perfect.
in the park. Far from it. It's like, yeah.
But
This was a homeless unit actually about 8 months ago after I left college. But that changed. So,
Oh.
yeah. So,
okay.
Wow.
Well, hey,
I'm just saying that also why the fire like is burning in you to go out and share with people on the streets and those that are on drugs. It's because what you came out of, you know.